In this video, we're going to talk about WordPress widgets. Now, widgets are a really helpful way to show people information or links outside of our main content. And what I mean by that, if I go to the front page, now this is our WordPress 2017 theme, and this is our blog post or our main content on the left. And on the right-hand side, we have what's called a sidebar. So sidebar is just a bar on the side of a page, and really what it is it's a widget area, or an area specifically made to place widgets into. And you can see that we have a search bar, we can have a list of our recent posts, recent comments, archives, our blog categories, our meta information, and each individual one of these is a widget. And there are a lot of different widgets that come with WordPress, and as we install new plugins that have new functionality, we may have access to additional widgets. But these aren't just isolated just to this sidebar area. Widgets can also be part of the header, and they can also show control what's going to be displayed in our footer. Now, where you can place widgets is determined by your theme. So as a theme developer is creating the theme files or the template layouts, they're defining different areas where you can place a widget. Because we're going to be using front-end builders, I'm going to show you ways where we can pretty much place widgets anywhere on a page. But for now, it's important to kind of understand the basics of how widgets work. So when somebody's developing a theme, they can put in or define areas where we're going to be able to place widgets. So how do we do that? If we go back to our WordPress admin dashboard, hover over Appearance and click on Widgets, it's going to give me this interface. So right now I see Blog Sidebar, Footer 1, and Footer 2. These are the areas defined by the theme developer of the WordPress 2017 theme of where I can place widgets. So each theme that you use is going to have specifically defined areas where you can put widgets into. On the left-hand side, we can see all of the available widgets. Now, which widgets are available are also defined by our theme. Sometimes they have theme-specific widgets that they're going to put in, but it's mostly defined either by WordPress core or the plugins that we add to our website. So in order to add a widget to an area, it's quite simple. We can just drag and drop it. So now I've dragged the categories, and that's for our blog categories, to our footer area. And I'll just say something like blog categories for my title and click save. And you can see that each widget may have some additional options that you can pick from. So if I go back and refresh my page, you can see now that in my footer 1 area, I have my blog categories. So this area here is the footer 1, and then there's the footer 2 on the right-hand side. And then this area, blog sidebar, you can see that it has several widgets that are pre-filled into it. You can see that all of that information is showing up on the side. We can also kind of reorganize these by dragging and dropping them into the area that we want. And they have their different options. If I click on them, you can see, right? And to delete a widget, quite simple, we just click a delete button. So like I said, the available widgets are going to be defined by the plugins and stuff like that we're using, and the widget areas are defined by our theme, or if we're using a page builder, we may be able to create specific areas, but I'll cover that during our front-end tutorials. So that's really the basics of widgets. All of the available ones on the left, we can drag and drop them to our right-hand side. We can move them by dragging and dropping them within an area, and this is what determines what's shown around our content in the widget-defined areas. So for now, that's everything for widgets. I will talk a little bit more about those during our initial site setup, and I will go into detail about them during our front-end theme tutorials. Go ahead and check out the next tutorial, which is going to cover creating menus for our WordPress website.